If you're trying to lose weight or start a healthy eating regime, the 4-Star Diet, based upon the wisdom of General Colin Powell and other ridiculously brilliant leaders, you might want to read this book. It's filled with truth, wisdom, and good old common sense to help you fight the battle of the bulge. Entrepreneur and author Laura J. Wellington joins us now. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Now, we should talk about the first thing is that you are a mom of 5, and so you kind of have you know what it's like to have that, try to lose weight after each baby.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know any woman that has had a baby that doesn't know what it's like and hasn't been tortured by it. So,
right.
You know, yeah, I do. And obviously part of that, that problem is one of the reasons I wrote the book. But the book actually, it felt as if it was using me to write it, because it had a life of its own from the moment I came up with the idea.
So why did you write the book?
You know, it's all about, I look at how many women are struggling with losing weight, whether it be, going to bathing suit season or just life in general, and how many women are unhappy out there. And there's a strong correlation between the two. And plus, myself, I went through a tremendous tragedy when I was much younger. I lost my husband to cancer. And I was left with 4 kids to raise and businesses to run and turn around and launch, and I've done all of that. And I learned that there is a strong correlation between leading businesses and leading a healthy life, and especially when coping with food and your diet. So it made sense to me to bring the two together. But when I was given this PowerPoint by a friend of mine, which was written by Colin Powell, called a Leadership Primer. He had all those lessons that I had learned in business in that PowerPoint. He was mentoring leaders on the battlefield. I came from the boardroom. Now I was entering the kitchen, and it just made, I flipped it into the kitchen. And it really has worked, because, the book is sold out everywhere. It's just sold out, and we just released it February 5th, and it's you can't get a book in print if you tried.
It also, this can also apply to men and women, right?
It is, and I'm finding that men are reading it just as much as women, because it is all about leadership. They use whether they're losing weight themselves or whether they see themselves in it because they're out fighting that fight every day, alongside women. It's really been quite something.
You talk about getting people battle ready, so you really look at it as a battle.
It is the battle of the bulge. It's a battle, and so yeah, I think Larry Namer, who's the founder of wrote the foreword, and he absolutely said that it's a battle ready, and you have to look at it as a life process, and you have to look at as much a larger situation than just losing weight. What you're doing is you're formulating and building your life, and you're striving to create a very happy life for yourself. And then in turn, when you're happier and you're feeling more fulfilled and you're contributing, and you're much more apt to be successful when you broach a diet. And that's the one thing I won't do. I'm not going to tell someone what they should be eating or how much they should be eating or what diet to choose. First off, I don't know if anyone can really say that to you. What I'm trying to do is get their heads on straight, give them a direction, point them in that direction, so that when they do go to diet, they're happier in greeting it, so they'd be more successful.
Now, in the first chapter, you actually quote the general, and it basically says being responsible sometimes means getting people mad.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you translate that to losing weight?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You have to understand that people don't like change. So when you decide that you're going to diet, that will affect people around you. They may not like the fact that you can do it, or you're trying to do it, and they're not. You might, they have to face themselves at that point. And they might, if you start looking better and they haven't done the same thing, they might get a little angry at you. And whether it's just misdirected, honestly, but you have to just deal with that. Mm-hmm. And you have to realize, if you want to change your life for the better, some people will no longer be in your life, because you just can't fly with all the same birds. You flock with the same birds.
Absolutely. Really quickly, we're running out of time, but what's next for you?
I don't know. This book is like taking me by storm. It's affecting every area. The book is already broaching licensing deals. It's like I said.
There's the book right there. Yes.
I have no idea what's next.
Well, will you come back and tell us what you're going to be doing next? Since
will.
you're not sure at this point?
Absolutely.
All right. Laura Wellington, thanks so much for being here with us
pleasure.
and for sharing what your book is all about.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Coming up next, Tamara Petro shares an Irish dish with a vegan twist. But first, take a look at this.